Good morning. Getting started just a bit late. Also, I lied on Twitter. Said I was going to work on open source. Sort of actually true, but... Oh. I never sent the tweet, so I did not lie. Okay. rn.live. Love that domain. It's fantastic. Jeez. Sorry. Just looking at a post by Todd in our Slack. That's pretty funny. Need to close some stuff down here. Too many tabs. Too many tabs. Let me throw this up over here. I like this song. The Lesser Evil by James Flamestar. His album Stargazers. It's got a good vibe. Hey, Dirk. Switching to getting Android working might be easier than iOS. Oh, man. Hey, Kate. Hey, Alpha. Happy Friday to you as well. You know, I'm honestly... Last time was brutal, wasn't it? It was brutal. It was rough. So... I'm feeling like... Let's go back here. Chain React app, 2019. Here's my deal. I'm wondering if we should spin up a brand new Ignite app on Expo. And then just copy stuff over and see how that goes. I know it's cheating. I totally get it. It's cheating. But, like, sometimes that's a reasonable direction to go, right? Or I keep, like, struggling through just for educational purposes. Yeah, less dependency on the Xcode version is a very good reason. Love to see this old crusty app moved over to Expo. I mean, honestly, that's probably our best bet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking it through right now. Like if we went through the process of getting it to work in every version all the way through, that would be interesting. I actually have there's a lot of interesting... No need to worry about live code pushes. Yeah, it's true. Okay. Yeah, let's move it to Expo. I think that's our best bet. So let's go to here. And I think what we're going to do is create a new Ignite app with Expo. So, oh, did you know there's a, let's see here, what was it? Yarn YPX. I installed, I think it was like YNPX is what it's, so if you did like Yarn global, I need to make this bigger, don't I? Add YNPX. It gives you this YPX or YNPX, whichever you prefer, which is like NPX but uses Yarn, which is kind of cool. So Ignite CLI, new, old, crusty. Any app released more than a day ago is old and crusty. That is the truth. Especially 2019. There's a lot of changes between now and 2019. I actually think that my advice to someone, my real advice to someone who has a 2019 app is spin up a brand new app, copy stuff over, and then deal with the problems. So, YPX, Ignite CLI, new Chain React app 2021, even though we're not doing a Chain React in 2021. Or do we start with 2022? The problem is like, yeah, okay, let's do 2022. That's fine. Yeah, let's do 2022. And we're going to use Expo. Yeah, so let's spin this up. We're using Ignite 750. That's what I would do. Yeah, I agree, Kate. So let's let Expo go here. So we have a dependency. Oh my goodness, holy cow. That was weird. My MacBook's quite warm right now. Okay, so yeah, let's spin this up. And while that's going, I'm gonna go into it and open code. It's still being built, so I can't really do much with it right now. We're going to create a new app. Let's see here. So I think I'll use it. I think I'll use Hub to create it. I forget exactly what the Hub create. Okay, yeah, so I can just use Hub create and then do this, and it will actually be infinite red chain react app 2022, and Hub will, oh, we're not in a Git repo yet. Still finishing this. Okay, we'll run that once it's done. And we will also open up the previous one so we can copy stuff over. So chain react app 2019, we'll grab the code there. A lot of this stuff's not going to make it across. We're just going to do the basics, you know? But like I'm actually curious about stuff like some of these things, like the check thing and whatever. Well, we may actually implement all of that too. We have some end-to-end tests. We have, this is an old version of Ignite, so it has this Ignite folder. Actually, we have an Ignite folder in new ones as well, but we don't use plugins anymore. We have the app folder. We have the environment.t. Wait, what is that? Oh, that just loads environment variables. It's using a Babel plugin. So fallback. So just export the API. We have app.tsx. Stateful Navigator. I don't know if that's still a thing. Whoops. And I actually don't know if we want to copy all this stuff over or if we want to rewrite all this stuff, but for now we probably do. Oh yeah, this is old school. Going to, is this the, yeah, Expo takes a while. It does take a while. So I'm just posting in our community. Yeah, so posting in our community, trying to get some people in here to kind of hang out with us. We got 6 people, not bad for a Friday morning. Unboxing Npm Dependencies. All right, while that's happening, let's keep looking through here to see what we're working with. This app sync client we're going to be ditching. It's going to be gone. We're using class components. Interesting. Component didn't mount. We're setting the bar style. This really needs to be modernized all the way through. Back button. You know, it's kind of interesting because, like, we forget how, hey Darren, we forget how far Ignite has come since then. Even though we use kind of the basic same stack, we forget how far it's come in the meantime. Because there's so much here that, like, we don't do it anymore. Not this way, you know, like class components instead of functional components. Storybook switcher's not in there. I think what I'll do is, instead of wholesale copying things over, I will try to rebuild it in a way that is more in line with what we do now. That'll be a more interesting stream than just copying it over and solving bugs. May take longer. May not take longer. All right, so I'm going to toss this in a couple, the link to my live stream. Oops. rn.live. All right, post that. Wait, did that work? Do I have to do Twitch? Okay. There we go. Um, there we go. So, yeah, looks like it worked. So YPX is interesting. It actually gives you more stats. Not quite as clean of output as NPX, but that's fine. So we have that there. We have, okay, let's create the repo. It will be a public repo. Let's see here. Add -a git commit initial. Oh, we already okay, so git push to the origin, and it's pushing it up right now. All right, we got that up there. I think the first thing let's work on is the readme. So I'm gonna have the readme open. Okay, so this is a new ignited app. Obviously we want to change some of this stuff, and I'm gonna, just for reference, have the other readme up. I'm actually gonna probably copy it over and then do some editing of that. So chain react 2022. So React Native app utilizing Ignite CLI. We don't have to say the boilerplate anymore. Let's make this a little more friendly. Hey there. After a few years off, after 2 years off, Chain React is hopefully returning in 2022. If you're not familiar with what Chain React is, it's the only, I'll just say biggest, no, it's the only React Native focused conference in the USA, held in Portland, Oregon in July, and hosted by Infinite Red. https infinite.red/chain-react or no, actually we go with cr.infinite.red. That's the wrong place to link it, actually. Let's do, and I'm going to link this. And then that's where I do the CR. Okay. Getting used to this keyboard. We get about 500 developers from 200 different companies every year, and host workshops, talks, and panels all about React Native. This is the official app of Chain React 2022. All right. It's built using Expo, https expo.io, I think, or no, .dev, I think, and Ignite. Infinite Red Ignite, I think. I think that just forwards back to the repo, to be honest, but that's okay. So, how to set up. Set up is a noun. Set up is, with 2 words, is a verb. The gorgeous and marvelous, awesome conference. It was very exciting. You're just even thinking about it. Yes, I know. It is exciting thinking about it. Better than the new iPad mini. Getting started. Yeah, I agree. Let's just do getting started. And, you know, why overdo it, right? Git clone this repo. Why was there no... Okay. Let's do this. So it'd be git gut clone. And... Here we go. Run the setup script. Do we want to do a setup script? I think we probably do. This assumes you're using Mac OS. We could probably do this with Windows as well, but how to run the app? We probably don't need to worry about that. Just keep this part of it. Should just be yarn. Excuse me. Yarn Android. All right. Step 4. Run the app. We don't need this. Narmadu. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate you hanging out. Feel free to introduce yourself in chat if you want. Our chat is very friendly. Watch out for Kate, but we're pretty friendly. Deploying. Let's see here. Follow steps 2 through 5 in the secrets repo. We don't need that. Build, manage, blah, 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 blah. No. This is a to-do, sounds like. To-do. Expo. Instructions. So that will come in later. TS lint compliant. It would be ES lint compliant now and prettier. Some ES lint rules and prettier. Yarn lint. Okay. Lint on commit. Do we have that already set up? Is Husky... I always forget. Let's go look. Husky a thing? No. I think I tore it out sometime in frustration. And never put it back. Don't need this. Don't need this. And this probably needs to be kind of fine-tuned a little bit. Detox. Let's see. Do we need that? Like that? Probably. It's probably similar steps. Line 20 with space, does that work? Sorry. Line 20, line 20, line 20. Oh. No, it does not work. Good call, Derek. Adding tests. Let's go to do. We might need to do on this one too. To do update. Okay. Running tests. should just be yarn. Oh, that's for detox. Okay. Okay. Thanks to the Infinite Red team that built Chain React App 2019 for, oops, grab that link, drop that in there for the building blocks for this app. By the way, this is probably going to be redesigned, I would imagine. Maybe not at some point, but we'll give it a shot first, and then we can just redo it if we need to. This is for learning, you know. Light number changed after I posted, but you got it. Well, there's only one away, right? License. This app is... Apparently there's no license here. Why is there not a license in our repo? Probably because we don't want to assume a license. License MIT, I guess. Licensed under the MIT. Or is licensed MIT, I guess. What is the... Did we seriously not have a license in this one? Either? 2019? I probably need to think about like what license we even want on it. Do we want MIT? How about this? This app is currently is not yet set up under a permissive license, but will be eventually. I'll just say that. Work on the rest of the app because Readme of an older app being updated is in part a spec for the updated app. I agree 100%. So I'm actually not going to go MIT yet because I need to think about what we want there. Private true. Why is that on? Oh, we don't want to publish it. Okay, yeah. That's true. That's what we want. Okay. This is what it comes with. All the unimodule stuff. Expo. Okay, that will probably do for now. We can probably... Are we working right on main? Yeah, I don't know if we're working right on main or not, but... I guess probably, for now. Okay, we have our first test and everything. Okay, let's jump into app for a second here. And see, what do we have in app TXX here? So, by the way, do we have any translations, locales and stuff? We have, oh, we did have, okay, we didn't actually end up replacing these for Japanese. Okay. I think we can just copy this across. So we're going to use the same locales. So let's go in here and drop that in. And I'm going to delete that one. I think that's just an example. Actually, what I'll do is I'll still leave that in there just for sort of like example. If someone wants to, you know, add Japanese, they could. And then, because a lot of people will look at this as sort of an example of what you should do. Okay, so we have our translation strings. All right. Cool. So let's move over our models. So we're gonna have to yarn add mobx state tree mobx react light. I've typed that many times. So we have root store here, which is just a navigation store and a talk store. This is the old school way to do types for mobx state tree, so we will update that. So let's go into models here. We can delete a few of these. Character and character store can go away. Our root store is right here. And we're actually going to copy these over directly. Now, are we going to do a navigation store? Because that's not really a thing we do anymore. I kind of feel like we should not. So no navigation store anymore. We do want the talk store. Whoops. Okay. So we have GraphQL. We were storing the data in AWS. I forgot about that in Amplify. Which means to me that, like, what are we going to do? Are we going to put it in there? Are we going to use Firebase? Are we going to use just a JSON file that we update? What should we do? I don't really want to use Amplify. For one thing, people who want to, like, clone down and use the app can't use it if they don't have the Amplify stuff. They would have to get like the environment variables and stuff. And I really want this to be approachable. Flexbox. I really want this to be like something you can just clone down and use, you know? Simpler, easier. So like a JSON file that's just hosted here somewhere that we just reach to. Use Airtable. I mean, if I was going to use like an actual thing that needed, you know, credentials to access, I would use Firebase probably. Let's use a JSON file and we can just edit that. I like that. And then we will actually reach out to GitHub to pull in the JSON file. We could even use the local one to pre-seed the data and then update it using whatever's on GitHub. That's an interesting idea. So we like rehydrate it, but we have something right away, like bang, it's already there. And then afterward we go and refresh it. I kind of like that idea. Whoops. So let's work on this. Okay, so this is our primary. Why are we pretty ignoring it? Oh, it's just so. No, that's fine. Okay. This is our primary store that holds all other stores. We don't need the navigation store and our talk store. Yeah, let's create a new talk store. New folder. Actually, before I'm going to use Ignite for this. YPX Ignite CLI G model talk store. Generate new files. There's the talk store. There's our props and our views. I don't like self anymore. I like to use store instead of self. So our talk store has talks, which are we're gonna need the talk model. Also, I don't actually like this props thing here. I like to actually do. Although I do understand why it's done. It's because it's like easier to understand that those are preps, you know. All right, so we're missing some stuff. Oh, geez, what did I do? Multi. Okay, so we need the talk model. So let's YPX Ignite CLI generate model talk. So the talk model will come in. Root store, talk model. By the way, this is how you're supposed to do the... Oh, I didn't realize we did this. That's cool. Default model. Okay, yeah. I forgot we did that. That's cool. Kate's work on the index is happening here. So we've got the talk store and the talk, which is it's really cool that this is like popping in at the bottom there. Okay, so we have the talk model. We need to import that. No. Talk model, talk is, and then we need a setting as well. So let's do the setting. Talk is thank you in Norwegian. Norjalainen. You know how I know that? Because you have a sauna. That's a pretty good guess. As well as some status and settings. Status as the API status settings. All right. Okay. The reason I know that is because I watch a Norwegian Age of Empires 2 streamer who goes by the Viper. Pretty much the best in the world. Okay, let's go look at these. And he says tuck tuck. He speaks fluent English, but he'll say that when someone does something. All right, so we have our settings. Now let's go look at these. So the talk, not the talk store, but the talk itself. brings in a speaker model, and we do need all of these, so let's pull them in. Setting, talk here. So props. Okay, we need the speaker model. Let's go ahead and generate that. Speaker. Man, I like that generator. That's slick. That is really slick. I don't know why people don't use it more often. At Infinite Red. Like, I think some people do, but it's actually more rare. People like to just copy stuff over themselves. But look at everything it's given you. It's like all nice and ready to go. So, info for each speaker. Info for each conference talk. Need to import our speaker model. Have our speaker. And before I get too much further, adding models. Let's try yarning. Make sure that everything's yarned properly. And then yarn start. Yarn start. Which, by the way, my readme is wrong. Whoa. Bash yarn start. I'm going to create a folder. Oops. Bin. Oh, there's already bin. Setup. We don't need CocoaPods. By the way, this needs to be changed on... They don't have a Rails background? Yeah, that's... I mean, some of them do. I used generators a lot when I was doing Rails. Yeah, very much so. I need an issue filed. Someone want to take this? We need to get rid of some of this stuff when we're using Expo. The setup script is wrong for non-Expo, or for Expo apps, because we don't need CocoaPods. Yarn. And we also don't need the React Native CLI at all. We do need detox. I don't know what phrase app is. Oh, localization. All right, we don't need that because we already have our own localization stuff. Apple Sim utils, end-to-end tests. Okay, well, let's do it. Localize. And then this should be yarn start. And this also needs to be, so basically this whole file needs to be customized for Expo. If I were to do bin setup right now, what is it going to do? Okay, it's going to add a bunch of stuff, or yarn, it's good. Runs Solidarity, runs Jetifier, runs the tests. CD iOS, no filer. We don't need CD iOS then, right? We don't need pod install. Oh, I see. Our model tests are failing. Yeah, and then our localization. Whoa. Localization as well. And that's helpful. Let's go back there and fix that. Oh. Alright. So, let's get our tests passing. If I go to the root or the setting test, setting model create. So let's run test again. Yarn test. Speaker. So there must be. We do need that identifier, so let's do that. Do we want the jest tests to run? Restart packager. Is this gonna run on jest? I started the just start all runners. Yeah, I don't know. But let's run it over here. Yarn test it. I assume that yeah, we got a translation problem here. Demo list screen title received an array. Missing keys. Let's go to the 18N. That to me seems a little strange. Which one? Oh, this one. Okay, so okay. Missing 18 end strings to avoid error strings at render time. Taken from there, modified. Nasty looking, but essentially searching the code base for those, and then grabs I18N key between the double quotes. If you're storing your key string in a variable because you are setting it conditionally, it won't be picked up. Okay, that's actually a really cool thing that I actually didn't know existed. Did you know that this existed in Ignite? Because this is cool. So what we're looking at here is we have demo list screen title, which of course doesn't exist, right? We don't have that one. That's really cool. This is really cool. So I just look for that. And of course our demo list screen should just go away. We don't even need that demo list screen, so I'm going to delete it. And our welcome screen no longer needs... No, sorry. Our navigation no longer needs the demo screen or the demo list screen. And that goes away, and that goes away, and that goes away, and that goes away. And now let's run that again and see what do we see? How's your Friday kicking off, everybody? I have a physical therapy appointment this afternoon. Okay, we failed again. What did we fail on? Welcome screen powered by... Well, we don't need that. I'm just going to get rid of that. That's pretty cool. Actually, I don't need this either. Totally gone. Get rid of some of this stuff here that we don't need. I mean, a lot of this is just going to go away entirely, but just to get the test to pass. Let's get that out of there. All right. So create talk. So that also failed. Talk store default model. It's right there. Okay. This one we need to. What? It's not a function? It is a function. Oh, I don't think we call it. Is that right? This may be a circular dependency problem here. So if I went talk store, talk store. All right, it is a Rick Weiss. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Happy Friday to all. Got my retrospective with my new intern, teaching him everything about Oh My Z Shell and Git E. What's Git E? Git E Lightning? What's that? I always learn things when I hang out with you, David. Always. Create talk store default model. All right, let's run this again. Oh, Dashi. No Alfred. All right, I'll bite. What am I missing on Alfred? Ready for lunch. Okay, let's go grab that. Yeah, I don't want that. Copy and paste history? I already have that. I use paste. See? Got all my copy and paste history right here. And I can search for it and everything. I can be like, I want to find my talk store. There's my 3 things from talk store right there, and I can just paste them in. I like paste. It does one thing and it does it super well. Okay, we are missing snippet auto expander. Can't you do that in VS Code? Error screen reset. Actually, this should exist. We want this one. We do want this one. So let's go to our I18N and do it. Actually, what we want is our EN. So let's go to, why don't we just make it errors, you know, like just do that instead of error screen. Okay. And then this should be just errors. Let's see if that goes away. I think it's really cool that it actually pulls it in from, yeah, it does. Cool. Oh, and there's a couple more missing here. Errors. Title and friendly subtitle. Now I'm regretting putting it right here, but that's okay. Title. Oops, something went wrong. And then it's like friendly error, wasn't it? Friendly subtitle. Sorry about that. We'll get a notification because we should set up crash reporting and everything and work on this right away. Answering recurrent emails. I don't have too much of that. I need to fill the CFP for your next chain react. How I automate my dev life and why you should do the same. I would watch that talk. By the way, this season will be 22. Alright. Cool. We got that. Error component, which is a new feature on Ignite that just landed. Okay, so let's see if our tests will pass. No, I don't think they will. There's a couple other errors, but that's okay. Let's see what they are. Yeah, I would listen to that talk for sure. Storybook placeholder. Why? Why do I need that? Is this not a thing? And neither of those are things. Okay, so are there any others? This is it? Okay. I don't actually know what those are. Use place. Oh, I see. Placeholder and field. Okay. All right, sure. All right. So storybook. Okay, don't have it in there, but let's drop it in at the bottom. Storybook, and we will now drop in both of those. And I guess just do that. Okay, so these should now work. Storybook.placeholder. Oh, whoops, don't want the dot there. There we go. And still not liking it. I don't know if it has to like rebuild. Oh no, it's good now. And what are we missing now? Demo screen. I thought the demo screen was gone. Oh, I see in the header. Okay. So this is in the storybook. I've not really used storybook much. So let's see. Don't really need the header. Okay, so do we have any headers? Do I want to do storybook? Let's see. Oh, cool. I can actually like go through these here. Is there a header? Oh, yeah, welcome screen header 1. Okay, cool. I'll just do that then instead of these demo screens. Header 2, I guess. And then it's another header. And your titles. Sure. Okay. We'll actually pull open Storybook and see what it looks like. I don't know if we'll get to it today, but array talk model in the talk store. Yeah, I think again we need to actually pull in talk there. And it just doesn't work when there's like a circular dependency, you know? So setting, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a way to make it work. Let me go to the index here. Is it exporting those? Yeah, I see it's exporting everything from those, from the talk and from that right there, but does not seem to be picking up on it. And I could make these lazy, like lazy load them, but that makes TypeScript be a little wonky. So yeah, create talks. I mean, we're doing that. Why is this not? When I look at it, it is a function. I mean, I could just do this instead. Oh, never mind. Types dot. No, that's right. All right. I mean, just do this. Oops. Oh, wrong one. I mean, it's supposed to work, but let's see if that works. Okay, so expected mobx tree type as argument 1 and got undefined instead. So this talk model is not coming through. Love basic music sounds. Japanese lo-fi. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so this talk model again is not coming through. Why? It's right there. It's being exported. Again, I feel like there's some like circular dependency problem going on here. And that was still not working, so got undefined. I mean, I can fix it. I know I can fix it by doing types dot, let's see here, types dot lazy wait, what? Lazy doesn't exist? Or is it late? Sorry, late, not lazy. Let's see if that failure goes away. And then we do have some issues here with these matching snapshots. So let's pass in -u to kind of update the snapshots. Okay, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. I need to give it an ID. So I'll do that. Okay. Let's try this again. And I think we're good. So that dot late thing solved it. What version have you gotten to so far? So Kevin, I gave up and I'm just building in an Expo. I'm rebuilding the app. Yeah. I mean, it's 2 years old. It's over 2 years old. It's 5 versions back. It's just like, this is frustrating. And besides, I'd probably rather use Expo. So we're just doing that. Hey, our test pass. Yay. Test passing. Let's push that up. That's very good. And now can I run my bin setup script with it without it choking? I'm also modernizing the code base as I go, because there are a lot of like class components scattered everywhere. Things like that. More than 700 days old looks like a decade in the JS world. I agree with that. Okay, yeah, it worked. So if I go yarn start, let's see what happens. Oh, they do want us to use new version of Expo. It's not that far behind, but I could probably do that. All right, starting Metro. Let's run the iOS simulator. I've had trouble with this before. Oh, hey, it worked. Okay. And then I'll probably open an Android as well, but I'm gonna leave it for now. I might go a couple of days, or sorry, like, I might go into lunch a little bit here. I have to leave this afternoon to go to PT, but. Okay, unable to resolve module. Demo. Oh, we got a demo screen hanging out somewhere. Let's go look. Those need to go away. Okay, this is the generator. Excuse me. Okay, so try refreshing. Reload. I like this song. Nice and chill, but it's got a little bit of pep, like in the background, like a good vibe. I mean, not pep. It's called Daylight. It's by Big Giant Circles in their album There Came an Echo. All right, Bowser's up and running. Now let's see here. Some of you may be wondering why I don't use iTerm2. And it's the same reason why... Actually, I had some issues with iTerm2. It would get into these weird states. It would like freeze and stuff. So I've just been using Terminal. And I don't mind it. It's a little more focused. Okay, push that up. Okay, so now I think now that it's up and running, what we want to do is start. Oh, and we have the models set up. We don't have them loading. So actually, yeah, let's get them loading something. I'm going to open Reactotron. If you're not familiar with what Reactotron is, it's a desktop app that we use for debugging state. This is what it looks like. And if I refresh, why is it making me? I miss Reactotron. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, so you can see that we loaded it up. We have state, we have a talk store, which has talks, and it has various things. So we want to load the talks. Now, how am I going to get the talks? Probably need to go look at AppSync, and I probably need to build it is what I need to do. This is going to be interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a data folder. So in our app, we have all this stuff. We have assets. Maybe I just put it in the assets folder. And create a file there, which is talks.json. And then just manually create it. So I'm going to go look and see how we're like loading this up. Or rather, what the... So where's my GraphQL? Oh, GraphQL, not Graph. Our endpoint and our API key there. Okay, so like here's okay, this is solid. This gives us the format. So like, yeah, this is like everything that we have for the speaker, which is kind of nice. So I can like pull all that into our, so that's speaker, talks. So what we'll do here is we're going to set up our own format here. And then what we're going to do is we could have conferences, right? And then 2022. So that later we could add additional conferences and you could jump between them. Is this overkill? Talks. And speakers. Actually, this should be square bracket. So we have talks, speakers, and that is it for now. Now, if speakers are underneath talks, because you're really not going to have a speaker do more than one talk. So it would be easier if I just did talks and then underneath each talk there would be a speaker. So that's a speaker. Let me see. Queries. We have comments, but we're not doing comments. Yeah, see that? There's a speaker in there. There's multiple speakers in there. Speakers are often in their own talk and a panel. Ask me how I know. Not overkill. Keep on this path. I like it. Yeah. You're right. So let's do a separate speaker. You're right, Kevin. I totally forgot about that. And then we can refer to the speaker by reference. So, oh, I know why they're they look nested here. It's because we're using GraphQL and we can do like fancy stuff like that. So, speakers will have, there will be like multiple speakers, right? So, check out this trick. Check this out. I want to put quotes around each of these, right? So what I do is I shift and then hit right, which means that I'm basically selecting the line return, right? Command D, 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 right? Then I press the left button, right? It goes to the, yeah, I've got a a cursor on each of those. It's just a quicker way to do like I know there's a command to like just do cursors there, but then I option left, shift command right, shift quote, and then command right colon, and you know we can do stuff here and put a comma. And of course JSON does not like an ending trailing comma, but this is a speaker, or this is a talk I should say. Start time, end time, talk type, title, description, and speakers. Just use an ID, exactly. So so this really should be speaker IDs, in my opinion, instead of speakers. Approved by Captain Automation. I agree. I knew that you would like that. Okay, let's drop in our speaker stuff. This is from the talk. I want the actual speaker though. List speakers. Okay, so it's kind of interesting. The talks are normalized there. That's quite interesting. I'm going to do it the other way now. If you just go up to selection and go add cursors to line ends, a little quicker. Do the same thing. Now, talks. Talk IDs. I mean, I could do that. It kind of refers back and forth between them. I can also derive that, build that. Talk type was so we could put non-talk events on the schedule like lunch and breaks. So should that be called events then? That's an interesting one. Events is more accurate, Kevin. Yeah. Let's go look at... Why is it always selecting everything? I don't want to select everything. It's weird. All right. Well, I guess it's not actually selecting. It's just doing some weird formatting thing. All right. So, like... Sponsor... Speakers. Wait, there's some other stuff here too. Did I miss that? I did. Menu items. What is menu items? Oh, so like for lunches or breaks. Okay. Yeah. I mean... should just learn the key combination. What is it? Cursors is shift option I. So was that a string is the question. If it's just a string, that's... It looks like it's just a string to me. Let's go look. No, it is an array of strings. Okay. And sometimes we won't have any, of course. So events, event type. They got put into bulleted list items. Okay, that works. That works. I'm really rethinking this talk IDs here. I mean, it would be event IDs, right? So, okay, so, all right, let's see. So, events and speakers. All right, this is good. Now let's see. We have sponsor. We have all this stuff. Track, discussions enabled. That's not going to happen. Prerequisites. Do we have all that? Oh, that's. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't be editing 2019 here. So our talk. Yeah, okay, so it has all this stuff. So prerequisites. And I did not have that in the events. What else am I missing? Just gonna auto select all this stuff here, copy it, and then just see what's, so ID's there, start time's there, end time, title's there, description's there, image is there, speakers is now speaker item, or speaker IDs, sponsor, no sponsor. Talk type is now event type, location is good, track, and prerequisites I just started adding. So this will be, I think, just a okay, it is an array of strings. Okay. And then sponsor. So for some events they will be sponsored. Track, I don't know if track was used. Workshops? Oh yeah, good call. I feel like these should not just be arrays of strings, but actual like enums or something. Okay, so before I copy all this stuff down, I want to make sure that I have it. Strings made the most sense? Okay. Okay, I'll trust you on that. All right, so we have the events, we have speakers, but there's more to it. And by the way, we need to rename all this stuff to event. Event. And event. Talk store should now be bringing an event, which it is, and this now needs to be the event model. And this now needs to be events. Talks and other events. Okay. Actually, rename all these talk as event. Event type. I think event type should definitely be an enum and not just a string. Your own computer and pre-installed Visual Studio. Yeah, I'll have to go into the talk store model as well, yeah. Event store. Your own computer, pre-installed Visual. Yeah, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. So that's a much more kind of open-ended thing. You wouldn't want to have to add a string for that every time. Like you wouldn't want to release the app just to add a string. That makes sense. So talk store, and I'll just do a like this. Whoops. How come I can't? Is there no replace? Oh, it's on the left side. There's too many buttons here. Event store. Replace. Okay, cool. Event types, back before we did much. TypeScript, arrow on the left. Yeah, thank you. So, all right, cool. So I'm gonna run yarn test. I might need to update the snapshot, to be honest, but creative oh. Test needs to change here. Event. And rerun that. All right, see ya, Kevin. Thanks for the help. Appreciate it. Have a good meeting. Shifting Tides by Approaching Nirvana on their album Animals. Okay, everything passed. So I'm going to add event or rename to event model, add skeleton for JSON file. Push that up. All right. Now, all right, that's starting to make some sense here. Now, let me see. Just looking to see if we missed anything. Probably not. Okay. All right, so there was a flow to like fetch all this stuff. So I'm going to do the same thing over on the other model. And we're going to do that in the talk store, not the talk store. By the way, this needs to be renamed as well to events. Events.json. Or it's more than events. It's just data, right? It's the whole event data. All right, let's just do event data. All right, cool. All right. So the next thing we're looking at here is pulling in sort of like the welcome screen. So let's do that. And then we'll just start kind of moving through. So oh, and we should like pull in the palette and the spacing too. That might be actually easier. Let me go to the palette here and do that. Nice. And then we need also the spacing, which is right next to it. There we go. Dimensions from React Native. Okay. Nice. I like ginormous. That's great. That is great. Extra large, huge, ginormous. Okay, those are good. Now, I don't know. I'm gonna try just dropping in this stuff. We do need React navigation, so let's add that. React navigation. And do we need it as like at stack or whatever? Like, actually, no, we already have it. We already have React navigation in this thing. Let's go look at our package. React navigation. Yeah, so we have native stack. Why do we have both native stack and stack? Do we need both of those? Anybody in the chat know if we need both stack and native stack? And why we would need both? Kind of curious on that one. Actually don't really want to just maybe I'll copy over this to the welcome screen, so let's go there. Okay, so we have those. We don't need typography maybe right now. And then we need this part of this. Okay. The background image does need to be pulled in, so let's grab that. Okay. Why is that not pulled in? Color. Oh. Did we not use color? Sure doesn't look like we did. So that's very interesting. We didn't use color at all. So if that's the case, then I probably should just delete it. And we would just use export star from palette. So palette's there now. We don't need the gradient background, although we put that gradient background for a reason, but I'm gonna, so we need this welcome PNG, so let's go grab that. That would be in the assets. I think, right? So let's see. That would be, oh no, is that in the same? Yeah, that's actually in the same thing that I'm in right now. So, oh yeah, it's right here. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right, let's drag those into our welcome screen there. Did that move them? No, I just copied them. Good. Browser can go away, so delete those. Okay. So, background image. Right there. Auto image as image. So I'm curious, did we make some changes to screen to make this screen component screen, like it's now taking background image? Like, is that a new thing? Sure looks like it. Let's go to this screen. Screen with scrolling. Yeah, these are very different. Well, no, they're screen without scrolling. They're screen with scrolling. Screen without scrolling with a background image. Why would this not just be dropped in? Okay, let's go back here for a second. Auto image. Okay, that's good to know. So screen does need background, screen props. Let's do this. An optional background image. Background image. And it's not a. This is like some sort of a. What do you type an image as? It's just any? Okay, well, I can do any, but I would prefer it to be an actual image. All right, so, or yeah, an actual, whatever it's supposed to be. Let's go to screen and without scrolling. So this is where, oh, the status bar. View style. There's the view. Safe area view. Keyboard avoiding view. Okay. These are very different. I don't know. But like if I can drop this in above the key, like props.children. Background style. Source. Safe area view. Yeah, okay. Let's just do this. And then what we'll do is we'll go do this or no. Okay. And then I need to bring in the image. Let's go up here, grab image. It'll be auto image, but nope. Okay, so auto image is there, and then background image needs to be pulled in with the props. All right. There's a welcome screen. We don't need the image style there. And we're giving it the image, and we have a test ID. What was the test ID? Test ID does not exist. Whoops. What did I just do? Okay. Test ID does not exist. Okay. That's in the screen itself. Used to locate this view in end-to-end tests. That's a view prop. Interesting. Those don't exist over here? That's in, oh. All right. Well, we can avoid that. Test ID. The weird thing though is I don't see that it's actually being used, but we'll come back to that. So text preset subheader. So we need to add another sub or another preset to our text component. Wow, there's a lot of components here. We're going to want to be pulling those over. Text presets. We're going to add in subheader. Go to our text presets. Add that. And I think there's actually quite a bit here, so we may just want to pull this whole thing in for our text presets here. All right, there we go. And again, color's not working here. Oh, now they're using color. Really? Oh, I see. No, that's just the, okay. Palette. Just use this. Color will be palette dot. I actually don't think that was what it should be. Let's see, what is this? Color dot text. So we are using it up there. Okay, so let's go look at our color and just pull it in and drop it in. New colors TS. Drop that in. And then replace this back with colors. It's actually just color for some reason. Dot text. And theme doesn't like that. Export. Okay. All right, that'll work. Footer. No footer. Okay. We're going to want the footer component. There's a lot of these that we're just going to be pulling in one at a time, you know. I mean, I could drop in this whole thing. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. So if I just drag this into components here. Got the footer. And then just want to grab... So let's drop that in and pull in footer and then button. Okay. Now instead of this .next screen, we're just going to be doing next screen. So I got to go back to my welcome screen and look at the next screen thing here. We're going to be navigating to the tabs. Okay, I can do that. Const next screen equals, and then instead of this .props.navigation, it will be navigation, navigate to tabs, which there is no tabs yet, but all right. Missing anything else? Let's try reloading here. Let's refresh. Device shake. Reload. 109. I might have to restart Metro on this one. Probably because we just added an image or something like that. Start on iOS. Not sure why it's not loading. Not sure why this didn't show up at all. Developer tools are here. new update available. Auto image. Bowser PNG. Okay, I need to get rid of whatever that Bowser. Okay, there's auto image right there. Don't want that. Actually, what I can do is just change all these Bowsers to the bg.welcome. Whoops. Something like that. Okay, color from, oh, it's just color. Just do text. For now, reload. Yay! Whoa. That's not what I meant to do. I want to take a screenshot of the whole thing. No, don't do that. Maybe I'll focus off first. There we go. That's pretty cool looking, hey? That's nice. That's really nice. I'm gonna tweet that out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So let's see. Yeah, we're making progress. We are making progress. Right, Gate? Let's commit. Rebuilt welcome screen. So one screen down, 45 to go. Okay, so it is kind of bugging me that I went with colors instead of color. So like, it really should be colors or color, because that's what we have in the main boilerplate. So let's stick with it. Okay. Cool. So there's that. Now, if I click this button, crashes or it doesn't work, right? So, but we're making progress, and so I feel like we can probably stop here. We will come back in the future and do some more. But like for right now, we're gonna call it. This is fun, and I might even do some more later today. So I might pop back on. Check, keep an eye on Twitch. Yeah, it was fun. I think this is more fun than trying to upgrade. I think it was way more fun than trying to upgrade. So, all right, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you all maybe later today, or if not that, I'm going to try to do it Monday evening. So.